Hey, this is a review of a custom-made, completely handmade Acer Iconia, I think it's the W700 case. Um, the original case came with the keyboard and it had a plastic holder, and the client's request was to basically cut it in half and build a custom-made case. So I was fun to review it for him, and also just kind of show other people the work. So the first thing is the back of the keyboard case is lined with matching leather, the same leather. It is glued on with a special leather glue. There's no stitching right now, but if we need to, we can do that if it starts to come off. I don't think it will. So I'll show you. So I'll just put that aside for the moment and go to the case. So here's the case. I guess we go this way usually. And here's the flap, and inside the flap is a pocket that was built in. Part of it is just to keep more weight in it, and if you want to put papers or something in there. The pigskin lining does go all the way, back, to this section here. So it's all lined all inside. This part isn't. This is the natural hide there. This is the crease line, and I'll kind of explain to you what the crease, how that works, is because the original tablet design was meant to go something like that. So here on the inside, see if I can zoom up just a little bit. On the inside are it's the same Kodiak leather, and basically they form strips. There's three stitches, and then middle, and then on the edge, and basically that's also glued on and then stitched in the right spots. And then over here is the pen loop. Let me see if I can move it closer. There's the pen loop. And then the rest of the lining. It goes all the way up, basically to about this point right here. And if you look carefully, you'll probably be able to see the seam. But yeah, so this is the finished case. The original case was this part, and then this plastic holder that fits the Iconia, I guess exactly, it clips right into it. So this was the original case. Let me go over a couple of the designs. So this crease here is formed when you pull this back. Now, the original strips on basically other cases you see are meant to hold a tablet and keep it from sliding out. Because right now this is so stiff, it's so new, it's probably gonna act as a catch where it slides back against it. And the same thing here. And then once there's weight in here, and once the tablet's in here, I think it will we'll have less of a problem of it sliding out. But and also once this gets a little wear, and right now it's very tough. Once you've used it, or you even play with it a little bit, you'll have no problem. Out of this strip, I don't know if it actually at some point it may get to the point where you'll be able to keep it there, but right now it does not want to stay. Right now it catches on this, and it catches on this one here. So it really depends. You have a couple different angle options right now, and then my feeling is once the tablet's in there, the weight will hold it down. And then basically you have the keyboard set up here, and you can type. I did want to show the feature of like the palm rest. A couple things came up. One is, I wanted to make this flap big enough to basically cover this crease, so that when it's folded closed, you can, it has a nice clean look to it. So I had to make it long enough to where that part was just covered. And also, I didn't want to pull it back so much that it created a huge gap right here. But because of the size, I have noticed that in order to use the keyboard, to keep the keyboard covered, let's say it's clipped in here, for example, into the keyboard. The leather flap comes, close like that. So what I was just playing with was, you could even just rest it this way and use this as the palm rest. And if you wanted to use the keyboard, you know, like this, you could do that too. So either way would work. Technically, this part acts as a palm rest too, because really it's 3 layers of leather. It's the Kodiak on here, Kodiak in here, and then the liner. So this has a nice, cushy feel to it also. So you could do something like this. Once you slide the keyboard into position, you know. So anyway, it really depends on how you want to configure it, but I did realize after the fact that, having this cover this way, the case really won't be able to. It hides that groove right here. So you'd have to put it right here. The other thing to do, I guess, if you wanted, is, I preformed this bend. I mean, if you really wanted, you could form another bend and shorten it. But like I said, then it creates, when it's closed, it creates a funky gap right there. But anyway, so that's the case. Let me show you. This is all hand stitched. Let me get really close to it. This is all hand stitched. And I did end up burnishing the edges and that black to kind of smooth it out. If I didn't do that, what would happen is it would look basically like this liner meeting this part, and I really didn't like the look of that. So what I ended up doing was I did put that black dye, black edge coat on it to kind of give it a more finished look. Let's see if I can get that. But yeah, this is all hand stitched. It took a little while to to stitch all this by hand. The nice thing is, it's all saddle stitched, so it's not really coming apart, anytime soon. Let me show you the back side. The back side has the binder board right here, and the rest of the case does have foam on the inside. All this has foam on it, and then just this section has the binder board. And of course, this part is the actual case that was cut out, and the leather, it's sandwiched between the leather. So yeah, this is the case. Hopefully it has a look that you wanted. Let me see if I can get wider. Hopefully it has a look that you wanted. I think it's gonna work well. I think once it breaks in a little bit, and you have the actual tablet in here holding it down, you're gonna get, this will get easier to form. But right now, like I mentioned, instead of catching it onto the front and sliding it this way, I'm catching it to the back. So usually the ridge would sit against this edge because you're afraid of it sliding out, but that's not gonna happen with this for a while anyway. So what I'm doing is I'm catching it against the back this way, so that it doesn't want to, basically spring back. Spring back. There's all sorts of other ways you can keep it. The lining does a pretty decent job. If you didn't want to use any of the 3 strips, of just and keep it at a 9-degree angle, the lining does do a pretty good job of that too. But yeah. So anyway, let me know what you think. Fold it up. Keyboard inside. My only other concern was this flap. I noticed it doesn't, at some point, as if you shove it into your briefcase, this will mold more and more, and this part right here will become softer and more pliable, and so it won't want to do this. It doesn't do that as much when you don't have the keyboard in. Let me take that out. Yeah, well, it does a little bit, but less so. But if you're holding it or you have it in a briefcase, I think it works. I think it gives a nice clean look. If you want to add something as a closure, I can do that. But yeah, that's the case. Hopefully it looks how you thought it would, I guess, is my hope. I think this pocket idea was a nice idea. because really you can keep anything in here. You could put papers, or you could fold something up lengthwise and keep it in here, or even business cards, or just documents. So yeah, there's that, and the matching keyboard cover. I didn't want to show you while I have your attention. Is I did end up making matching. Let me get this aside here. Matching card cases. So I was gonna review those just really quick. The sun's coming out, so. So this is the first one I made. Really simple design. It keeps it's really designed for business cards. I mean, I guess it would hold a credit card too. Like this is a fake credit card. It would go in there. But yeah, all it is the simple, simple stitching on the edge, and you pull the card out, your business card. This was my first design with a curved cutout, and then what I ended up doing was this is more of a vertical design. And let me pull this credit card out real quick. And these are not finished on the edge. They have kind of a rough look, but that's kind of the design of the leather. And so this one holds credit cards too, and business cards. The nice thing about this is you can shove a couple cards in there and it will be a tight fit. But if you really wanted to loosen this up, if you put extra, like 5 more cards in here and let it sit for a day, it actually conforms nicely and it will loosen up, and you can pull the extra cards out, and it's not so tight to move in and out. This is nice stretchy leather. It molds kind of to what you put in it. So yeah, just put a couple extra cards in, let it sit for overnight, and it should be a perfect fit basically. So there's these. This one is a little bit different. It's a little bit larger than these ones, and the reason is I kind of want to design it to hold money also. So it holds cash. You can put your credit cards in there, business cards, whatever. But this is basically a wider design to accommodate for a folded over cash. And then this is the next version I made. It's a little funky, but basically it's a little wallet card holder. It has a snap on it, and then this is like the thumb pull, the thumb opening. I just, it's a little weird, but I just came up with it, and it works. So yeah, if you're interested in any of these that match, I'm selling these for about, well, depending on which one, about $25 to $30. But if you're a repeat customer, I'll probably knock off like $5 or something if you wanted. So let me know. Anyway, thanks for your custom order, Mark, and I hope you're happy with the case. I hope it works out for you. If you have any problems, let me know. I can always revise things as needed. So yeah. Take care. Bye.